podcast host, Charlie Frickson, and welcome to another episode of Get Into the Pussy. Yes! Y'all, okay, let's just stop playing around. Y'all, I think I did it. And not even do it, because this wasn't even my freaking goal, but, okay, I'm being a punk about this. I won't go on the scale yet. Like, I have a feeling like I lost 100 pounds. And I'm going to sound like a total dick about this. Whoopie-doo. But that wasn't the goal. Don't get me wrong, I'm being a total punk right now. Like, my scale is in my closet and I just don't want to grab it. It's like, Charlie, grab it. I think you lost 100 pounds. But y'all, what does that do? You feel me? Like, I'm looking in the mirror and the whole thing is me getting to the pussy, right? And it's me dissolving and all of this things because I'm getting to my right. I'm getting to, I'm just getting to me. And I realized that a number on the scale is not going to dictate this. Because if I was to find out that I lost 100 pounds and I'm still like tucking in my belly to get to my pussy, it's like, nah, boo, I'm not happy. That's why I did not do this transformation as a number thing. As I told you, I don't play with scales. No. Because I know, no, a number does not dictate how you feel. It does not dictate how you look. Yes, you could be 80 pounds down and, okay, how do you feel? What's going on in your clothes? I don't know. It's much deeper than that. So I'm being a twat about it. I don't think I'm going to get on the scale yet. I need something bigger to happen. I did have to go shopping recently because none of my clothes fit. Everything, which is a great problem to have, right? But everything is like 2 sizes bigger right now. And I was looking sloppy as hell to the point I was like, ooh, I don't even want to talk to me. So I went shopping. So I know change is happening and I'm grateful. And if you're on my IG, you're doing this journey with me, right? Getting to the GETTING, THE. You're doing this with me. So if you're on there, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to get on the scale eventually, just not now. But speaking of vagina, okay, I'm not saying I got laid or anything last weekend, but, okay, and this is the part, I am sorry for all of my hardcore church people who's like, Charlie, I love you, but girl, you get dirty. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm a church girl as well. Like, I grew up in a church. I understand. So you guys know I have that shit honest. I apologize, but I love to give warnings. So right now, I would say I'm going to take a minute to get deep down dirty and kind of funny. So just go with this. This is totally a TMI moment, but all right. And if you want to skip it, skip it. But like it's give me like a minute and 36 seconds to talk dirty. Here we go. All right. So, hypothetically speaking, right? If you was to get a call, because you haven't hooked up in a long time, and does anyone think about grooming? I get it. We have been in quarantine for a very long time, and it's been months. And I told you guys, I haven't got laid in a minute. So, just saying, if I did or if I not, the funny thing is the prep work, if you're able to have a prep work. So I was in the shower, and this is totally a non-scale victory. I was in the shower, and I'm like, oh, I could be getting laid. Oh, crap. What do I look like? Oh, snap. So I was like, okay, let me prep. So usually I'll take out my razor, and I'll just feel I'll lift up my belly a little bit, and I will shave, take off whatever I need to take off. Yes, I do love my bush cleans. I'm not that kind of girl. I think I'm in between, but I'm figuring it out. But the reason why I'm figuring it out, because I was in the shower and I started to shave and I was like, nah, I want to see, I think I can have fun with this. I stepped out the shower, y'all, and I walked back into my room, and I was really pissed off because I wetted up my wood floors, but I was being impulsive and wetted. Is that even a word? Anyway, so I walked on my wet floors and I went in my room and I got in front of my vanity. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do a cute little design strip. And y'all, I stood there. I did not have to adjust my belly. I didn't have to suck in. I did have to tippy toe a little bit because I have a tall vanity. But I was able to like give myself a cute little design. Like I had a strip going on. Like I felt like I gave myself the only Amber Rose realness because I think she's hot. And I love when she does vagina shots with her hair and airline ship. I don't know, but it was just, I'm about to cry. No, but seriously, it was a cool fucking feeling to stand in front of a mirror and give myself a strip on my vagina just in case if I get laid. It was beautiful, y'all. That's a non-scale victory. That is, you don't need to step on a scale and lose and see 100 pounds. Like for me, that was, nah, I'm lying. That bullshit. But it was close. It was close to a party. And that was amazing. Now, the second question is, like, after you do all that work, is the person you hook up with, shouldn't they compliment you on it? Can they even see it? How dark is the room? Anyways, all right. See, that wasn't that bad, right? But that was my TMI, guys. So it was a nice thing to shave and not lay down and stand up. And if we really want to go deep about it, yeah, I dried up a little bit. I put a gold chain on because I'm dramatic. And I played some music. And I designed my vagina. I designed my pussy. Yeah. All right. But this show, okay, so now all of my lovely church folk, y'all can come back, or my conservatives. I get it. Still love y'all. But you can come back now. But the topic of this episode, the title of this episode, 5 essential things you need to start your transformation, to continue, to stay motivated, to continue, to tell a friend. I was supposed to feature an episode with guests this week, which is happening next week. I'm super excited, but I felt like I needed to talk to everybody. Like, I feel like I've been getting these messages in my IG. People are really frustrated right now. I feel like they're just coming out of COVID. They're trying to lose weight, or they're getting into it. I'm getting messages of people who are weighing themselves every single day and crying about a pound gained or a pound loss. And I'm like, oh shit, guys. Like, it's not that deep. Like, it takes about 3 to 4 weeks anyway for a real pound to drop. And I just felt like, you don't need me taking another cute pic saying I gotta run in today. I felt like I needed to spend this moment to tell you really what the hell I've been doing, or what I know that works for me, that I know that will work for you. At least something will work for you. And I want to be fruitful in that. And I'm feeling generous. So, oh my gosh, did you just hear my stomach growl? I'm fasting, by the way, until 8 o'clock. But speaking of fasting, that's my number one. I want you guys to, and when I mean guys, I'm talking for my girls, for my men. Thank you for the men who shout me out and is like, yo, I listened to your podcast. My podcast is inclusive. It is for the woman. It's for the male. It's for the trans. It's for the person who doesn't identify. It's goddamn aliens. If you're hanging out, it's for you too. Like, it's to connect, y'all. So I'm very happy that for people who are listening, this is for all of us. Inclusive shit. Oh, why did I just think of an orgy? Okay, I'm going back. Here we go. So number one essential. Rethink fasting. Rethink your idea of fasting. A lot of people think fasting is, a way of weight loss or a way of religious practice. And it is. But fasting, to me, is the best way to reset something. And when I mean, for example, fasting worked for me. No, fasting did not work for weight loss. Yes, I lost a little bit of weight and gained that 20 pounds right back. So I'm not even going to play myself with that. Fasting worked for me. Taste buds. I was able to retrain my taste buds. Like, I hear some of you guys, you're like, oh, the sugar. If you have tea, oh, I need to put some sugar. Ooh, add some more honey. Let me be very honest with you. This is how you know if you are addicted to sugar or not. You should be able to either have that tea black, or by you putting some lemon in it, you should be able to taste that fructose. Yeah. That natural sugar should be, ooh. And if it's not hitting you like that, my friend, you are addicted to sugar. Your taste buds are all jacked up, and you need to realign those beautiful little, I want to say bumps on your tongue. That sounds gross. But you need to realign those beautiful marks on your tongue and readjust them. That will help about how you perceive food and what you take in. When I did proper fasting, I remember I did a 3-day fast where I just had, oh my gosh, cucumbers. Yeah, I had cucumbers because at the time I was still semi-hungry. So I remember having cucumbers and maybe just wheatgrass or something for 3 days. That was a beautiful way of reprogramming my taste buds. I had another friend who had potatoes for 3 days. They actually ended up losing about 90 pounds in that year because they were able that first 3 days to retrain whatever the hell that was going on in their body to gather appreciation for other foods. The guy from Penn and Teller, he did the potato thing as well. But what I'm saying is, and I hate saying this, yes, fasting is a way of restriction, but it's beautiful. Because to me, it's the easiest form, not the easiest form, but it's a start of discipline. Right? And for those who are my business, my entrepreneurs, my artists, we know how important discipline is. You gotta put yourself in some type of zone. So I would say, I would say rethink fasting. Rethink fasting as discipline. I am going to train myself to align with my goals, align with the food I'm ingesting, take a break from this. I am stronger than my food. I understand that food is to give me energy, nutrition, along with minerals. Food, you do not guide me. You don't lead me. I always have this saying when we're to a restaurant, I waste everything. And they're like, oh, Charlie, you're so wasteful. And I'm like, who am I offending? The food? Like, seriously, who am I offending? So if I would be offending my waistline if I'm going to continue and have more of this. Because my body's going to be like, oh, bitch, you playing. How am I supposed to digest this, right? Or get rid of this? So think about that. When you go to a restaurant, to certain things, who are you offending? Like, I love fasting for so many other reasons than fat loss. I love fasting. There's a closer spiritual connection. When you're silent, when you're empty, when you are in some form of state where you want to be fed, right? You're hungry. I don't know. It's kind of cool. So I would love for you to reconsider the idea of fasting, and it can work. It can work. Am I a faster? Yeah. I do intermittent fasting where I eat after 7 p.m. Sometimes I eat after 8 p.m. I've been doing this for a year and a half, and I love it. This is my lifestyle. And guys, I live in New York City, so understand something. I'm right on target. I can go to work out after that from 6 to 7, meet up with my friends for a late night happy hour, drinks. I'm eating, I'm drinking. I'm not taking away from myself. I can still hang out and be cool and still lose weight. When, right? I'm adjusting all of this to Charlie, to me, to my patterns, to my behavior. Why in the world would I stop eating at 6 o'clock if I'm not that kind of girl? Think about that. Adjust to you. So that's why I think fasting is important. It is the most easiest visible form of discipline. For my folks who think fasting is the end all be all, fasting is a start. It's a start. And I think that everybody should use it in some form. It's been practiced since the beginning of time. I think that's one of our first practices, fast. So, yeah. I know you guys look at the memes, right? With an animal. If an animal is sick, that animal does not eat. That animal waits. Either the animal dies off or the animal waits to recover and then eats. If you are having bad acne, if you feel like you can't lose weight, I guarantee you there's something that you are eating, that you are ingesting that you need to stop. How do you figure that out? It could be something as small as having that little crystal light that you slip in your water at 11 o'clock. That could be jacking you off. That could be messing you up, right? Fasting is a way you're eliminating everything. And you're slowly putting things back in to figure out what works. That's when I realized I was allergic to soy. Every time I had soy, I would get bloated gut, weird things were happening with my body. Then it's like, oh, I went on a fast. The minute I incorporated soy, I got those weird symptoms. And that's how I realized, oh snap, I can't eat soy. It's that simple, y'all. Try. You can always hit me up on my IG, and I can always work you through it, talk you through it, but it's very important. That's a really good start. The second thing, I mentioned this. Yes, you are your own paparazzi. You are your own paparazzi. If you don't know who you are, a lot of us, we live this life and we talk a whole lot of nonsense, a whole lot of shit, and our actions say something differently. If you want to know who the hell you are, yes, look on your grocery receipts. But honestly, record yourself. Record yourself. Record yourself from when you wake up in the morning till night. Every hour. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And then just go back to it. Because what's going to happen is you're going to see what you have done in 10 hours. You're going to see what you ate. You're going to see if you're preparing to work out. You will, and if you're complaining about your goals, things are not aligning, you can't lose any weight. Now you're able to Truman show the fuck out of yourself and look at your own video. And that's why. I swear to you, there's a reason why I post on IG, guys. I don't do it because vanity. Okay, vanity a little bit. But no, I post, honestly, for accountability. Like, I post in the morning. If you see me wake up, I'm going to be on my bike. I'm going to have tea. I'm going to work out. I'm going to figure out how to walk away from work and do a small little workout on my lunch break. I'm going to tell you how pissed off I am at 6:42 because now I'm running at night because I had a meeting that went over. But that's very important for me because sometimes, hell, I lie too. I lie to myself. You lie to yourself. And if we are trying to transform, no more lying. No more lying. Okay, lie to other people, but not to yourself. So I say, yeah, record yourself. And if you don't want to see yourself on video, then write down what you're doing every hour within that hour. I swear to you. It will be so freaking eye-opening. You will gag. And I guarantee you, because what's going to happen is if you're doing things that are not progressive for your life, right? If you're not doing things positive or certain things, you're going to see yourself. You're going to discuss your own damn self. Can you imagine a third or fourth day of you watching yourself and it's bullshit? You just told your friends you're doing A, B, and C. You told your girlfriend, you big boss Willie, and you practice and you meditate and you do all this stuff. And nah, son, you go home, you play those video games and you eat. Girl, yeah, you're excited about weight loss, but you go through that drive-thru and you pick up your McDonald's and you go home, complain with your friend, and then you want to work out, but you're tired, you're not feeling good, your children are getting your nerves, you're going to go home and sleep. You deserve this. And that's fine. But if we're doing that on a 165-day basis, we cannot stop on the 250th day and ask ourselves why things are not moving. So call your own bluff. Call your own bluff. And I guarantee you're going to love me for it or hate me. It happens. Okay. Another thing, number three, decision making. I always ask myself, is this good for my empire? Is this good for the estate? Is this good for the Brixton estate? Every decision I make, and I'm going to be honest with you, 2 days ago, I posted on IG, getting to the GETTING, number 2, THE. I posted on IG that I was upset. I was having a shitty ass day. Like, I felt like I had a certain friend who broke my friendship heart. I was having these weird things at work. I'm having these identity issues myself on how stern I should be, who I should be. And I just felt like I felt like I have this one person I can lean on to support, but I don't want to do that because I don't want to guilt that person in. So I was feeling by myself. And I had a choice. I wanted to go home, turn on Netflix, continue whatever thing I was watching, open up a bottle of wine and just relax that day. Or I can go home, immediately jump into my workout clothes, get a good workout in, sweat my ass off, and then figure out my life from there. So I asked myself a question. What is good for the Charlie estate? What is good for the Brixton Empire? Then I realized, if I was to go home, have some wine, go to sleep, eat, what would happen to the state of the empire? Maybe nothing, but if I would have chose the other, I could have slept better. So I would have been stronger for the estate the next day. If I was to work out, I'll get closer to my goals, right? Because the thing is, me setting my empire is about transformation. It is about getting to your pussy and who you want to be. Am I getting to my pussy by me sitting down watching Netflix, having a bottle of wine? So I thought of that, and I realized what is best for the Brixton estate is to get my ass up and go for a run. And I did that. And guess what? I went back home. I fixed myself an amazing vegan meal. I had a bottle of wine, watched one episode of Netflix, went to sleep. The next day, I was able to take over the world. So, ask yourself, is this good for my estate? Is this good for my empire? I guarantee you'll answer. Because, you need to think like that, folks. This is about the future. This is about your estate. Your body is an estate. You need that to run. All right. My number 4 thing is, and this is kind of super fun, is hunt it, baby. Hunt it. Reward. Hunt it. If we were natural hunters and gatherers, that means we did not wake up and say, "Oh, let's have this breakfast. Let's eat." Okay, I could see if we were just having sex and we were under like a fruit tree, and okay, that happens, Adam and Eve style. But I don't think we woke up and say, "Hey, I'm going to have this lion leg." We went out, we hunted. In my head, I feel it's the same way about food. Why in the world am I putting in energy to myself if I'm not using that energy yet? That's dumb. And because I was a formerly overweight person and I'm still working through it, oh baby, I have enough energy for everybody. So with that thinking, I like to work for my food. There was this guy, he lost over 175 pounds. I know you guys saw it on Facebook because he walked an hour every day, an hour and a half every day to get his food. He lives somewhere in Tennessee. Anyways, of course, if you're walking an hour and a half every day to get your food, of course you're going to lose weight, right? This helped his estate, his empire, because one, he is feeding himself, right? But he's working for it. He's working for it. Double. I like that shit, y'all. I love rewards. I love to get rewarded. I love awards, but I love this thing of earning. I love this thing of knowing, I deserve that. So if we take this, if we put this in our brain, and if you're looking at that meal, did I really work for that? Or if you can walk instead of drive somewhere for 20 minutes, go for it. Or before you eat, if you can play a game with yourself and maybe dance, do a TikTok video for my folks who are trying to get up their numbers, right? Work for it. The idea of working for it. It's kind of cool. I see people, I used to wake up and I used to get I'm getting this sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit. I'm getting this, breakfast, the most important meal of the day. Let me stock up. It's like, you dummy. I'm giving myself all this bullshit energy for what? To sit down in the office? And guess where all that energy goes? Y'all know. Past that belly, blocking that vagina. Yeah! Well, no. So I would say just rethink it. Rethink it. Hunt it, y'all, right? Hunt it. Get it. Reward it. Hunt it. Now get it. Reward it. Hunt it. Hunt it. Okay, I'm done. Oh, now why? I don't want to hunt, or do I just want a man that hunts? Okay. Anyways, I'm done. For someone who may have got laid or not, why do I still keep on referring to sex? All right, I'm sorry. And my last tip, number 5, take yourself off of autopilot and don't allow anyone to put you on autopilot. Which means this thing about shrinking. For example, have you ever asked someone, "Hey, how are you?" I always say, God forbid if that person says, "Not well, I had the worst day, blah, 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 blah." We're not expecting that. If we do ask someone, "How are you?" be prepared for that. And I feel sometimes we're like, oh, how are you? It's the thing to say. But no, it's not the thing to say. It's like this thing of what I can say is friends on autopilot. There was this guy who claimed he was interested in me. And God, I am the type of woman, let me tell you, people think like, oh, Charlie, you're so hard. You're so hard to please. No, I'm not. I am just the kind of woman, I will watch what you do. I will believe in everything you say. And the minute you go off of that, in my head, Santa Claus no longer exists. But you were the one who gave me that, not me. You were the one who told me, and I believed you. I'm a believer. I will believe everything you say until your actions prove something differently, and then I will act accordingly. So I was having a traumatic moment, and this guy, like, he saw, I was like in tears and like a mess. And I would just remember hearing his voice. He's like, I'm going to call you this afternoon just to make sure you're okay. And in my head, I was like, thank you. Because I love thought. And if we're going to go back to love languages, my things are service and gifts. Right? Service. So the fact that this person was going to call me, because I was a thought of your mind, because I was important to you. I thought that was very important. And it made me feel good. And I remember I was looking forward to that call. Or I was hoping I would get that call. And I got nothing. And then I remember the next day thinking, like, there's no way you can care for me. There's no way. But do you know that? Because in your head, you're probably, oh, I like her, whatever. Because, yeah, you think I'm fly. But there was a woman you saw that was crying. And if this woman is a woman for you, you would not have hesitated. You would have called. You would have said, hey, are you okay? Are you fine? Are you safe? You want to wait 2 days later. So are you mad at me for protecting myself? And it's not this ideal of, no, give that person no, it's not about giving someone a second chance. It's like, I want you to understand your words and your actions. You said this, but you did this. Right? And the Charlie I knew from 2 years or 3 years ago, I usually let everybody get away with that. Oh, you said this, but you went back on your word. Oh, now, the Charlie I know doesn't allow anybody to put her on autopilot. No. If you're going to talk to me, you're going to understand what you're saying, and your actions are going to be clear on that. I'm not going to force you, but this is what you said. And I'm going to hold you accountable to that. This makes me feel better, y'all. It does. And because I feel like sometimes when we allow people to put us on autopilot or treat us on autopilot, we get stressed, we get sad, right? Our self-worth, we start questioning. No more. You are now in the time of transformation. You are in the time of where you need to make this work for you. Get selfish. Get selfish. And if anybody wants interaction with your life, in your life, if anybody wants interaction with you, they'll adjust accordingly. You're not asking for much. You're just saying, hey, now that you're interacting with me, I need you to be awake. I'm going to do the same. So when I ask, how are you? I'm going to be sincere about that. And I'm going to be open to listen. If I say I'm going to call you back, I'll call you back. If I say, hey, I'm going to check up on your well-being, I'm going to do that. So I would encourage everybody, let's all get off of autopilot. And this is also for you. If you say, oh, I need to get off of my ass and work out, then do it. Get off your ass and work out if you want to, right? Or if you're saying, oh, damn, I need to go get that salad. The minute you say that, now get up and go get that salad. It's that simple. Let's get off of autopilot. So I am really hoping, y'all, that my 5 essential tips work out for something. This was last minute. This was like, hey, let me drop this on. But it's one of those things where this is a time where we connect. It was one of those things where I felt like, nah, yes, I have a segment, I have a show segment, and I know that I have guests coming on and all that wonderful stuff. But nah, like I've been getting a lot of messages and I want to help. And I feel I am here to help. And I hope this helps. And if all fails, you'll reconsider your grooming and start giving yourself strip landings. And if all fails, you'll think about Charlie's grooming and her non-scale victory of being able to shave her vagina with a gold chain on between her breasts. That was kind of hot though. Anyways, all right, I'm done rambling. Good luck, y'all. Winter's coming. It's getting colder, and I want you to be happy, and I want you to be aligned and ready. And you got this. Next week, I'm super excited. I have guests, and they're men, and they identify as straight, I think. All right. Love you. Bye.